What happened to Darius McCrary? The name Darius McCrary may not sound familiar to you, but how about one of America's favorite black sitcom sons, Eddie Winslow? That's right, the Family Matters star is still around, though he doesn't look much like the youngest son of the Winslow family anymore. Little Eddie Winslow is all grown up, and he's made his own waves in the entertainment industry since leaving the show. Fans who didn't keep up with McCrary when he left Family Matters are curious what happened to the once rising star, and wonder if he has any plans to return to the spotlight anytime soon. Keep watching this video to find out what happened to Darius McCrary. As it turns out, Darius McCrary's real-life family is almost as interesting as his on-screen one. His father, aunts, and uncle, all part of the famous gospel and R&B family group, the McCrarys, who were a huge hit during the 70s and 80s. During that time, the McCrary family had more than a few charting tracks, including Lost in Loving You and Any Old Sunday, which was made even more popular when Chaka Khan covered it for an album for Warner Brothers in 1981. Before the world had ever heard of Darius McCrary, his family was busy making a name for themselves by collaborating with some of the best artists in the business. From Stevie Wonder to Michael Jackson, Darius's relatives have worked alongside a few of Black history's biggest acts. In 1989, Darius McCrary would join Family Matters, a new sitcom spin-off of one of the most popular shows on air at the time, Perfect Strangers. But before we got to know Darius as Eddie Winslow, he had already been a child actor in Hollywood for years, starring in the comedy Big Shots with Ricky Busker in 1987 at only 11 years old. While some child stars seem to burn out before they can shine brightly, that wasn't the case for Darius, who was quickly scooped up for Family Matters at 13 and starred as a regular on the show until he was in his early 20s. On the show, Darius played the fun-loving, sometimes shortcut-taking, and always getting into mischief older brother of Laura and Judy Winslow, the eldest child of Harriet and Carl. While at first Eddie could come off lazy or selfish, by the end of every episode he comes to the realization that family should come first. Besides his family, Eddie Winslow also had a close friendship with goofy buddy Waldo, played by Sean Harrison, and eventually with accident-prone nerd Steve Urkel, who lives next door. Urkel and Waldo help Eddie stay grounded, instead of being distracted by girls or going to parties. In the later seasons, Eddie drops out of college to join the police academy and follow in the footsteps of his father Carl. While everything on screen seemed perfect, fans are dying to know if the friendships Darius McCrary made during his time on Family Matters came off the set with him. So is McCrary still friends with any of the rest of the cast? In 2020, Darius McCrary and his ex-co-star and on-screen sister, Kelly Williams, talked about their new film, Christmas in Carolina, where they once again would be playing siblings. It seemed that the two hadn't drifted apart, and Darius McCrary's closest friend from Family Matters, Waldo, worked on the movie as well. Darius and Williams clearly get along great, and both of them expressed how good it was to see each other whenever they get the chance. In the interview, Darius also mentioned that he was close friends with Jaleel White, who played clumsy dork Steve Urkel on the show. McCrary couldn't deny or confirm the rumors of a Family Matters reboot starring the cast all grown up, but he did mention that he and Jaleel were working on something together that may be a remix of the original show. Now, before you get excited, Darius did mention that he and the rest of the Family Matters cast don't own the characters that they played on the show, so any type of reboot would have to be significantly different or with the permission of the studio, who owns the characters. That being said, it's clear McCrary and the rest of the cast are at least interested in working together again, even if the project isn't a Family Matters reboot. When the show ended in 1998, Darius was lucky to continue finding great roles, including 15 Minutes with Robert De Niro and The Young and the Restless with his previous co-star, Little Ricky, aka Brighton James. As successful as his career was during Family Matters and after, Darius's personal life was almost as dramatic. As of now, the actor has 3 children, and he's had at least as many tumultuous relationships with women. In 2005, Darius married Juliet M. Van, a Vegas showgirl, but their relationship was headed for divorce only 11 months later. In 2008, Darius met Corinne Stefan, an author known for her explosive and drama-filled Confessions of a Video Vixen book series, as well as for being a video vixen herself. Unfortunately, Stefan and McCrary's relationship was doomed from the start, and Darius even mentioned Corinne's ex, Bobby Brown, had warned him about her. According to Darius, Corinne was too much for him, and after getting married in 2009, the couple divorced a short 7.5 months later in 2010. For Darius, the relationship drama was only getting started from there. When he and Corinne divorced, she accused him of physical abuse and later even teamed up with one of his baby mamas to accuse him of abusing his child. In 2014, Darius married Tammy Bronner, but their marriage was full of huge fights and court appearances, leading to a divorce and more accusations of violence and drinking problems against the star. One good thing did come out of their relationship. Darius and Tammy share a daughter, Zoe McCrary, who they both proudly parent. In 2015, Darius was arrested on counts of back-owed child support totaling almost $6,000, but since paying it, he and his baby mama seem to at least be attempting to co-parent. Darius frequently shares photos of his daughter Zoe online, while Tammy has full custody of their child. During the couple's messy and drawn-out divorce in 2017, Darius lost custody of his daughter and was ordered to take parenting and drug alcohol abuse classes. Tammy also accused him of trying to abuse their daughter, but Darius claims the ex-Globetrotter just wants more money out of him and will use any excuse to try and get it. McCrary's other two children, Zechariah and Kennedy McCrary, are much less in the spotlight than his older daughter, but Darius often shouts out all three children on his Instagram and other socials, and he clearly loves being a father. Speaking of love, Darius wasn't ready to give up after dating and divorcing Tammy Bronner. In 2021, it was rumored he was dating Chicago trans activist and new rapper Sydney Starr, and the internet and Hollywood went crazy over the possible new Black Power couple. The actor and activist posted several photos together on Instagram, praising each other's careers and emphasizing the work they've both done for the culture. While it seemed like the posts were friendly, when the Shade Room and the Jasmine brand seemed to hint she and Darius had been dating since February, McCrary put his foot down. In a video with his Family Matters on-screen mom, Jo Marie Payton, Darius put a stop to the rumors by reminding fans he was already engaged and that he was a grown man who could be friends with whoever he wanted. Although Darius's reply to the rumors was pretty chill, his management team wasn't afraid to throw real shade at Sydney, claiming that she only wanted to be connected with Darius in the press to try and stay relevant. According to his team, Sydney was trying to use Darius to get back on Love and Hip Hop New York, while Sydney claims she and Darius just wanted to get the world talking. On T.S. Madison's podcast, The Hollywood Group Chat, Sydney said she and Darius did a whole photo shoot together to try and get tongues wagging, which they definitely did. After his team came for her, Sydney posted a picture of her and Darius on her Instagram story, asking fans why she was always made out to be the villain. As it turns out, Darius's engagement didn't need any help from Sydney Starr to fall apart. In 2021, Darius proposed to Tanya Hijazi, who was married to Rick James from 1997 to 2002. From the very beginning, their relationship was messy, and in December 2022, Darius officially asked for a restraining order against Tanya. According to Darius, Tanya has stolen expensive electronic equipment from him, taken over one of his homes, threatened him over the phone, and made it impossible for him to work. Darius even went as far as to say he was worried for his life, not to mention the damage Tanya has done to his career. In 2023, McCrary was granted the restraining order against Tanya. Since becoming a star at the age of 11 and joining the entertainment industry as a child, Darius McCrary has made waves as an actor, an occasional R&B singer, and a philanthropist. McCrary's foundation, Father's Care, was developed to support fathers going through unfair child custody and support cases, which Darius has plenty of experience with. He's been lucky enough to stay close friends with his Family Matters co-stars and even release music with Christian artist MC Nice. While he hasn't had the superstar career of some child stars like Lindsay Lohan or Britney Spears, he also hasn't dealt with some of the most difficult parts of the entertainment industry that come with superstardom. McCrary has had regular or guest starring roles in several popular shows over the last few years, and his YouTube channel has over 3,000 subscribers. From where we can tell, Darius McCrary is an ex-child star with a foot still in the acting game, who might surprise us in the years to come. During COVID, the actor started podcasting and expressing himself more on YouTube and on his social media channels, and fans were delighted to get a closer look at the star's day-to-day personal life. Between being a father of 3, constantly giving love a second, or third, or fourth chance, and working on his career, it's safe to say Darius McCrary has been keeping busy. Are you looking forward to a Family Matters reunion, and have you followed Darius since the show? Let us know in the comments below, and be sure to stay tuned right here for more true celebrity stories.